Hey everybody, welcome to your weekly video update. This is Tuesday, June 6th. I am your host, Matt DeWolf. I am the Chief Marketing Officer for the International Car Wash Association. And friends, if this is your first time tuning in, this is a program for you to keep you connected to the car wash industry and to give you one key takeaway, at least one key takeaway every single week. That's 52 weeks a year. Well, maybe not. I might take a little time off. 52 weeks a year that you are getting a great takeaway that you can take back to your business and use right away. So here we go. Are we ready? Look, I said at the top here, it's June 6th. That means we are halfway through this year, friends. And I just want to know if you've done two things. It's very important, two things. Number one, have you taken the time to celebrate your wins? Right? Have you done that? Have you taken some time, reflected on the first 6 months, mapped that back to how you all are doing to those year-long goals, and have you celebrated those? Number two, have you shared them with me? No, you haven't. I don't think you have. Share your successes with me. Share your wins with me. I want to make sure that we're able to share that with the entire car wash industry to make sure that everybody knows about the great things you're doing. All right. Now, let me get into a little bit of a side conversation here. I wanted to talk a little bit today about there's been some swirl really around what's going on in the convenience store space, right? And there have been some big moves kind of happening, some kind of rumor mill about some big moves happening. And one of the things that we do a lot of, right, in general day-to-day life is we'll get an update, we'll see a news story, okay, that happened, and we never hear anything about it again, right? So I wanted to take a minute today just to give a little bit of an update on what we are kind of watching in the True Blue space, right? So you may remember that True Blue was acquired by Couche-Tard, right? So Couche-Tard is Circle K, holiday gas stations, lots of brands. They've got three kind of main brands, and then they all trickle down. So they made that move. At the time, True Blue had 170,000 subscribers, right? And Circle K now is powering, right? So the two brands of True Blue. So you've got Circle K existing with all of their wash locations that they already had. Then you've got Clean Freak, which is one of the True Blue brands. So now it's Clean Freak, powered by Circle K. And then you've got Rainstorm, also powered by Circle K. So you've got those two brands as standalone car wash operations, which are now integrated with anywhere there's a Circle K location. So those unlimited members, those 170,000 existing subscribers can also wash at Circle K's, right? So that network is expanding. And just to kind of give everybody some context in terms of what does that mean from a numbers perspective, or like a locations perspective, Couche-Tard now has more than 2,500 car wash locations. So that's a number, right? And we sort of forget to think about that as we look at the standalone car wash market and we talk about the big wash operators having 400 locations, 300 locations, 200 locations. 2,500 car wash locations is a lot of locations. So I think this is going to continue to be an interesting space to watch. There's going to be more conversations around this. I think we're going to see some interesting moves coming in the next 6 to 12 months, if not sooner. So that's something we're just kind of paying attention to, right? And I think you all need to be mindful of that too and be thinking about that and thinking about what that's going to mean for your business, what it might mean for you, and what might be an opportunity for you in the future. So enough of that. That's my musings for a Tuesday in the middle of the day here. So let's get into the news. All right, we've got a couple of things. There's one important event I really want to talk about because this deadline is like right now. Like you have to get your application in, or you're gonna miss out on this. This is the Executive Management Institute. It takes place at the end of July into the first part of August. But that application deadline, we've got like less than a few days left to be able to actually get you into that program. And this is a week-long program where you can send your emerging leaders in your organization, some people that you want to just hone their business management skills and their kind of strategic thinking skills, and they get to connect with other car wash professionals in an academic setting and really have an immersive experience. So it's a really positive program. Everybody that's gone through this thing loves it, so don't miss out. Okay, that's carwash.org/EMI. Make sure you apply. All right, now let's go to our hot stove update. All right, so John Stanley, he's been named CEO of Spotless Brands. So Spotless Brands, you probably know, is flagship car washes and you've seen a lot of the mega washes that they're doing and the really creative and innovative things they do. But John Stanley comes to Spotless from Walgreens and sort of the chain drug store background. So that's a really interesting maneuver, right? Because it's a person who has a lot of experience really growing chain drugstores and mobilizing an operation into multi-store operations. And so now he's in this space. So it will be interesting to see what they do next. Previous CEO Russ Reynolds will stay on the board and be an operations advisor for them. So just making big moves out there. We'll see what comes next. So I'm excited for them. It's a big move. Other information, maybe a little bit less crazy or a little less unexpected. Take 5 opened 2 new locations. They've got one of those in Louisiana and one in North Carolina. So that expansion continues for that organization. These were greenfield builds, by the way, not rebrands like we talked about before. And then we've got Magnolia Wash Holdings opening a Camel Express in Georgia, not the Camel Express in Tennessee. Those are different brands, same name. And then we've got another acquisition story for you. Rocket Car Wash has completed its 3rd California acquisition of Zipline. So you can see we've got an image there of Zipline Car Wash. It's a nice little express car wash, a great acquisition to their portfolio. It's going to be fun. Zip lines and rockets and what other kind of crazy adventurous car washes can you acquire? Maybe like, I don't know, bungee car wash? Is there a bungee car wash out there? If there is, let me know. Okay, here's what else we've got going on. This is, we talk about one key takeaway. This is a good one because this is one of those things that you kind of forget about, right? So our Champions member, the Insurance Center, they've got a guide for you on employee slip, trip, and fall prevention. And I think this is a really good one in terms of safety and thinking about what might we not spend enough time on when we think about our training and what we're doing on a day-to-day basis. So that's just something to keep in the back of your mind. That's a great resource. You can download that and check that out. It's got a great checklist for you and all kinds of great stuff. All right. In the vein of safety, all right, I had the opportunity to have a conversation with 2 folks from Arcadian Services, Kip Kofsky and Michael Gordon, at the Car Wash of 2023. And as part of that conversation, we were talking all about chemistry and cleaner chemistry, safer chemistry. Here's a quick clip for you of a podcast episode that we're dropping this week from that conversation.
Okay. Going back to what you had asked earlier, why is education so important? Without knowledge, you don't know you're making these decisions that could be harmful down the road. Yeah. OSHA's one thing, but actually harming an employee, that's a totally different level. So what we try to do is that we try to avoid ostrich management, which I call putting your head in the sand and not really understanding what's going around. Since you can't see it, it must not be happening. Believe me, it's happening all around you. Every car wash owner in this country should be aware of what they're doing in the back room and what they're doing on the vehicle.
All right, so good reminders there for us to just pay attention, right, and make sure we know what's going on, make sure we're mindful of our safety procedures and things are in place. So this is like a safety themed episode today. So let's go to one more thing. I've got one more thing, just like Apple did this week. They had one more thing with some crazy augmented reality goggles. We'll see if those take off. But let me get this up on the screen for you. We've got a great story that just dropped from the magazine. This is called Maintenance Mastery, and it's really focused around technology and some of the solutions out there that can help you with your preventative maintenance and making sure that you can track that you know when things need to be done, that people are actually doing the lists, not just checking the box, right? They're actually taking the time to do the task so that you don't end up with something on your maintenance routine that you know takes 45 minutes and they just checked it off in 5 minutes. So great technology in there. Check that out at carwashmagazine.com or in the Car Wash Magazine app. Friends, hey, I know that this time of year can get a little squirrely, right? Schedules are getting crazy for folks. People are starting to talk about vacations and all kinds of fun things, but there's still work. Here's my thing for you as we get ready to go out and embark on the rest of this year. Don't forget about those wins. All right? We talked about it at the very top of this. Don't forget about your wins. Don't forget about your wins. Don't forget about your wins. All right. When you're out there, there's only one thing that you've got to do, and that is keep it clean.